difficult for young people to navigate the terrain of the present day. I mean, I sometimes say the pace of change will never be slower in the future than it is today. So young people are trying to navigate that, and social media, different challenges. But I would retain a lot of hope, particularly in the young people I had the pleasure and privilege of speaking to, of their fundamental goodness, of their strategic optimism. But it's certainly a challenging time to be a parent, and it's also a challenging time to be a young person. We get caught up in the small things of life, but actually the important things are managing ourselves, bringing the best out of ourselves and each other. When I tell people to mind their shed, they're kind of saying, "What did you ask us to do?" But the S for in shed stands for sleep. You know,
Right.
to actually get a good night's sleep is so very important. And we haven't got on to social media and screen time and screen edgers, but sleep is so precious and it's so important to manage ourselves. The H in shed stands for hydration. You know, first thing in the morning you should do, every one of us, is drink a glass of room temperature water. You're already slightly dehydrated from an evening's sleep. The E in shed stands for exercise. So making sure that you're breaking sweat at least 3 times a week will lower any levels of stress by 27%. That's better than any known stress relieving medication on the market. So exercise is so important. D in shed stands for diet. Not just your physical diet and your nutrition, but also your mental diet. What are you
Mhm.
feeding yourself? You know, we're all very hard on ourselves, that inner critic. You know, so I kind of tell people to dial down that inner critic and to ramp up that inner coach. To be positive and constructive to yourself is the single biggest thing that I know to increase successful outcomes in your life. So I'm only standing on the shoulders of giants, really. I mean, everything I say is common sense.
Mm.
But what I found about common sense, that quite often it's not so common. And where it is common, it's not so common practice. So I tell people, and I tell myself likewise, to be strategically selfish. You know, that investing in your own self-care is an investment in your capacity to help people that are in your care. And as parents, as educators, we're caregivers, and it doesn't come intuitively to look after ourselves. You know, there's a doctor here in Ireland, Dr. Eddie Murphy. He's quite well known and famous. He runs a show called Operation Transformation. And Eddie said recently, he said, "You know what, when I'm doing this show, my own weight shoots up. And this is a show about people losing weight." I said, "Eddie, that sounds counterintuitive. What's happening?" And Eddie said, "Well, I'm so busy looking after everyone else, I start to neglect myself." I think we have to be strategically selfish, to invest in ourselves, to mind, manage, and maintain our energy, or else we're no good for anybody. You can't pour from an empty cup.